What is up, everybody? Welcome to PS Best Friends, the only PlayStation podcast by the community for the community. We come to you each and every Tuesday with a brand new episode filled with greatness beyond the ordinary. I'm your host, Jeffrey Mizrahi. Today we have the Burrito Supreme, Anthony Palm. What is up, Anthony?
What's going on, Jeff? Sticking with the food, I guess. Same old, same old. Glad to be here.
Awesome. And to his left, we have Miguel Alvarez. Miguel, how you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Pretty good.
Nice. And as always, as the community podcast we always bring in a guest from the PlayStation community. And this week we have Henry Hallinan. Henry, how you doing?
Good. Thanks for having me on. Glad to be here.
Awesome, good to hear. So let's just start off actually with Henry. What's give me some of your background, PlayStation wise, life wise, wherever you want to take it.
Got the OG PlayStation. God, I don't know. I think my first game for it was NHL '96, so I'm assuming I probably got it like a few years later. My parents got it for me for Christmas. Been playing that. I started with the Final Fantasies and stuff like that. So I was really into JRPGs, and then kind of stopped gaming for a while, and then just recently picked it back up right before and in college, and I've been playing like my PS4 probably almost close to every day since. But now, as of like recent games, I just sold PSVR actually to Anthony. But that was cool. That was a cool venture to get into. But recently, I've been playing Gravity Rush and Overwatch. Got its hooks back in me, which is kind of a
nice. Gravity Rush 2 or Gravity Rush 1?
Gravity Rush, the first one, which I'm really liking, but
Yeah.
I don't know, it's kind of getting, like, the one mechanic is getting a little old, so I can see, but I've heard that I have the second one too, and I'm excited to play that, because I hear it's a huge improvement on the first, and the first was, a Vita game, so obviously I'm playing it on a PS4, it's going to be a little underwhelming, because it was meant for a different, smaller console.
Did you have a Vita?
I do have a Vita, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's a thing I fall in and out of love with.
Full disclosure, actually, Henry and I work together, and the reason we started like talking to each other is that he had a Vita, and he's literally the only person I know in person that owns a Vita. So that was kind of, and then him and I accidentally got him back into Persona 4 Golden, and then he literally lost like a whole 2 months of his life to Persona 4 Golden when I got him back into it.
Yeah,
Wait,
and then I realized, what?
So Henry, you went from the 1 to the 4, or did you get the?
Yeah. So I had the OG, the original PlayStation, like the big gray ugly thing.
Yeah.
And then after after the PlayStation, I think my next console was a GameCube, because I really wanted to play. I saw my friend playing like Wind Waker, so I skipped a few generations. I skipped the 2, and actually, I did get the 3 eventually, but I had it because I saw like some shithead on YouTube playing The Last of Us, but like the gameplay was obviously I think I saw the opening sequence up until, spoiler alert, Sarah dies. And I knew I had to play it, so I literally bought a PS3 as like it was the E3 where they announced the Xbox One and PS4, and I had just bought a PS3 getting back into gaming, and I was like, well shit, now I want the new consoles too. But so I did have the 3 for a little while, but I pretty much bought it, played it for The Last of Us, and then sold it. And then I got a PS4, and I think the first game I got for the PS4 was Infamous Second Son, and I like, it's all I had for like 3 or 4 weeks, and I platinumed it, and I just kind of got addicted to platinuming stuff, and got back into gaming hard.
All right, Henry, let's go back a little bit. Got a couple questions for you.
Shoot.
First one, you said you had the PSVR and you sold it to Anthony.
Yeah.
The question is why?
I was gonna move in with a few friends, and you guys actually mentioned on a earlier podcast that I think it was Anthony mentioned that like he thought that it should be more of like like a family gaming console, and that's kind of, I wasn't using it for my family, but I was using it for, I thought me and like 4 friends were all gonna live together next year. And I thought, it'd be a good investment, just buy it now. And then, we had played it a few times all together, drinking, and there's so many good games, to like drinking games, and just like in general, games that you play with your friends. One person has the headset on, everybody else is, screaming on the outside, like
Playroom VR with the cat.
Yeah. Yeah. Playroom VR, and there were just so many things that I thought would be a great thing for you and your friends to sit down and play, but it ended up being, I don't think we're living together next year. And I do not play it by myself because I don't know. One, I accidentally I'm an animal lover, but I accidentally hit my cat. I couldn't see him, and it's fucking really bad. He looked at me really guiltily, or I looked at him really guiltily for a week. And then in general, it's just really cumbersome, getting out that little box and like putting all the shit together. And by the time you're done, you're sitting alone. Well, I'm sitting alone. Well, I'm never alone because I have my cat, but I'm sitting in my apartment just with like all that shit set up. And it took it only really takes 5 minutes, but it's just kind of cumbersome. When I want to play video games, I just kind of want to sit down, have the controller in my hand, and start playing. So I don't know. I think I bought it under the assumption I'd be using it more, with friends and stuff like that, and I didn't really account.
Okay, you're allowed to say the other reason why you sold it to me though too. Like, just because it's a PlayStation podcast doesn't mean you're not allowed to say that too.
Yeah, go for it, man.
I wanted to buy a Switch.
It's all good. It's all good. Now, were you satisfied with PSVR?
Yeah, dude, I think it's an incredible experience, and I think Anthony's 100% right. I think they need to kind of make it a community like a thing like the Wii was. The Wii was successful because it was gimmicky, but they cashed in on it, and people used it for that reason and enjoyed it. And I think that PSVR has the same applications. It's just so much more expensive. I mean, it is a little bit more involved. The Wii was just those two little stupid motion controllers, and you can go bowling or whatever. The PSVR, like I said, it's cumbersome. You can't have your grandma like put on a headset and play Farpoint and shoot aliens and shit. It's just
the thing is,
I mean,
I'm gonna argue.
It would probably be awesome.
I'm gonna argue that the Wii also kind of required some setup similar to the VR in the sense that when you want to set up the VR, if you haven't played in a while, you gotta mess around with the camera, and to really use the Wii menu, you have to mess around with that sensor bar. And I know so many families. That like their sensor bar would fall off. It's not as bad. Just quick anecdote. Now we're on VR. We're gonna speak about it again later in terms of VR's future. But just I also recently, this week I picked it up again. Just because like it was literally collecting dust. I wiped it off and I continued playing PSVR Worlds. I did Scavenger's Odyssey. It's the one where you're in this like exo mech thing and you're jumping between asteroids and meteors and shit. The first time I've ever gotten this nauseous in VR. It was I'm like shit. I guess I don't know because you're jumping literally from like a stationary position, like a
Oh, you're actually jumping?
Straight position. Yeah, you're not doing like the HTC Vive or like the Batman Vive where you place you point somewhere and then you teleport there.
Well, with
the
that
guy
game,
jumps from a stationary position to because anti-grav to the like standing now on the left, like on a wall on the left, and it's like it's so disorienting.
Yeah, you jump from asteroid to asteroid, right? And like you can like actually change your positioning a little bit, so you can jump from one and you'll be like kind of slanted on the other. I remember playing that one on PS. Yeah, that one and that one and Riggs are the only two times I actually got motion sick playing VR. Was playing that game and Riggs.
Yeah, surprisingly, Riggs didn't make me sick either. I really thought Riggs was going to bother me, and then I turned it on, and I was good to go.
Riggs didn't bother me as much as I thought either. Scavenger's Odyssey though killed me.
Honestly, the one that messed with me the most, I think, it was the first thing I ever did with PSVR. I think you had me do. Did you have me do Ocean Descent or no? I started with.
No, you started with
Rush of Blood. Yeah, Rush of Blood. And I think it was when you go down the little roller coaster hill the first time. It didn't make me sick, but it made my head kind of,
I remember
Rush of Blood.
Yeah,
I did the Playroom VR, that one where it's like the rip off Mario. I did that, and then I did Rush of Blood.
Do you guys think if you guys had more experience with that, would you be better at it eventually?
I tried pushing through the nausea with Scavenger's Odyssey, but at a point it just I like nope. I took it off. And I played done.
If you tried, like you tried it when last on the weekend or something, you said.
Yeah, a couple days ago, 2 days ago.
And then if you try it a couple days later and stuff like that, I'm sure you're gonna get used to it eventually.
If I condition myself to it, possible.
Yeah, well, on Riggs, they said start with shorter play sessions and then eventually build up to longer. I'm assuming that means they probably did, some focus group testing, and they probably found out that, hey, if you expose yourself to it in short intervals and then expand it over time, you'll just kind of condition yourself. Yeah,
probably.
Yeah. All right, so. Anything else? Anyone been playing anything this week?
So I've been playing Rise of the Tomb Raider because I rebought it on PlayStation, and I told you guys I'm like this Soviet installation. It's one of the first like games, big hub worlds. It's just ruining my life. There's just too many collectibles, and I don't want to move on until I have all the collectibles. And it's just too big. It's too dense. I need to do a story mission and then go like fast travel back to it. It's freaking me out.
Eventually you're gonna have to move on, because some collectibles you can't get until you.
Yeah, one of them I need explosives to get. I don't have those yet, so
you're better off just playing through the story than coming back.
And then I've been playing. That and I've been playing Nuclear Throne on Vita. Surprisingly,
Oh,
it is better on PS4. I've been playing it while I'm out.
Miguel, how about you? What you been playing?
I put 30 hours in Mass Effect in like 4 days.
Jeez.
So, yeah.
I'm gonna counter that with I finished the entire House of Cards season 5 in about a day and a half.
I'm halfway there.
How is that show now?
It's all right. I finished this. I haven't really been playing much this week. I was pretty much binging that, and Little Mr. Robot season 2. But House of Cards season 5, I gave it an overall 6.57. It kind of like went somewhere that like you kind of saw coming, and just did it in kind of a long way. But like but I love watching the characters and watching them scheme.
I love the show, but that show had to be done like in season 3. They should have just finished it.
Yeah, that's where I stopped watching, and I just wanted to know like how that show's been doing, because I really liked it, and then it just kind of fell off in season 3.
I love the characters, but yeah, it's just a little too much. I hope the next season it's gonna be the last one, but I doubt it.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's pretty much what's been happening. Let's see what's been happening in the news world with what is and forever will be Mori Riders report.
Time for some news.
I forgot if we have a sound bit for that.
I didn't know if you wanted me to use the PlayStation one or if the PlayStation one's for the drop. So we'll figure it out for next week. It's fine.
That's a sound. Just cut that
Miguel
out.
specifically said
No, let's not use that.
We'll use Henry's sound clip. All right. Yeah. So what do we got on the list, Anthony?
All right, we got 12 items on the list. We got a big one.
An actual dozen.
Yep.
A dozen.
A singular dozen.
First up, we have the PS Plus games for June 2017. Full lineup is Killing Floor 2 and Life is Strange for PS4. We have Abyss Odyssey and WRC 5 World Rally Championship for PS3. And Neon Chrome and Spy Chameleon for PS Vita, also cross-buy with PS4.
They have been getting some weird titles for the PS3 these days. I remember last month's was Port Battle Royale or something like. What?
Is Abyss Odyssey? Is that another Abe's Odyssey game, or is that totally unrelated?
I think no relation.
No relation. Okay.
But Life is Strange is really cool. I'm finally going to be able to play that. Abyss Odyssey is a platform action adventure game that looks so weird. It looks like not indie and not even AA. But Killing Floor 2 looks really fun. I'm going to try. I'm down if to play that. I'm not. Is that a 4-person game or is that a 3? I don't know how that works.
Yeah, does anybody know anything about that game? Because I actually know nothing about that.
Killing Floor 2 is a co-op zombie shooter. I remember Killing Floor 1, I think, started off as a mod of some sorts using the Source engine. If I think those facts are correct.
Okay.
And then Life is Strange, I'm really happy to play.
Yeah, from all the games, for sure, Life is Strange. It's a must play.
Yeah.
Story is great, and the Platinum is pretty easy to get.
Yeah, I'm excited to try Killing Floor, and I feel like I never played Spy Chameleon, but I feel like I heard it was a good game for what it is, so I'll check that out on Vita.
They sound like good Vita romps. Definitely sound cool. Cross-buy with PS4, it's always a plus.
All right, next up, we have the PlayStation E3 Experience 2017. It's coming live in theaters June 12th. E3 is almost here, and PlayStation has announced that the PlayStation E3 Experience is returning for 2017. Join PlayStation on Monday, June 12th, in over 85 theaters across the United States, Canada, and Latin America. Ticket registration will be open Wednesday, 5/31/17, which is already passed. And go to the PlayStation blog for more info. I feel like tickets might be sold out.
Children. Let me just. I'll try summarizing this as small as possible. But what happened was tickets were supposed to go live Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern. So for the first time, PlayStation used GoFobo instead of what they did last time. I forgot the ticket, whatever. I'm blanking out right now. But it was a complete shit show. From 5 minutes before the tickets went live, the website was just broke. Pretty much for about 10 hours, me and a small group of people on NeoGAF were just constantly refreshing. We at first the page would just be white. Then we started getting error codes. We were all excited about that. Then we were getting 404s. Then we were going back to white screens. And it was a whole roller coaster day. It was very interesting.
Now the question is, do you get your tickets for it? Because I know you mentioned something about trying to go there.
So then around like at I think it was 8 o'clock, PlayStation tweets out, sorry, there's an issue with our thing. We're closing tickets for tonight. Registration for tonight. Check back tomorrow for more info. 20 to 30 minutes right after that, this one dude, I'm blanking on his name as well, so sorry. On Shao Kahn, I think his name was. It was the Mortal Kombat guy. And he figures out all the links that they all follow some pattern to each of the locations and starts posting them in the GAF forums. So now people are getting direct links to the tickets rather than having to go through GoFobo's site first and like maneuver it. So just pretty much now we're all refreshing our individual sites locations. And some people got tickets there, some people didn't. I didn't get tickets there until the next day when they reopened them for like 5 minutes, and then they got sold out really fast. Total shit show with that, but I did get tickets, and this is going to be an extremely fun event. I went in 2014, and they gave out Destiny Alpha codes, cool little lanyards, actual $10 credit to the PSN store, and also just going to a movie theater, seeing these. I wasn't there last year, but imagine seeing that God of War trailer and that Last of Us 2 trailer in a movie theater full with people on a huge ass screen and awesome sound. It's
just that orchestral intro would have been crazy on the theater.
Yeah,
Yep.
It's a genuine experience.
I'm sure it is, but speaking for myself only, I'd rather just sit down and watch it online
Stream
instead
it.
of going.
There, I do that, of course, and like that's definitely an awesome way to do it. But I feel like when you're watching, like, I could do the at home experience in my comfort of my own home for like the other 3 conferences, but it's like even like just one conference, I could go balls out and like total fanboy.
I think actually just once I'd like to actually go at least to the actual E3 or to like a theater like this, because I've always Miguel I've always just been streaming and I've always thought I preferred it that way. But just once, I think actually if you're in a theater and like you see a trailer and everybody in the room goes nuts, I think that'd actually be just a fun thing to be there for.
Yeah, maybe next year we can go.
Yeah,
I would love to go to the PS the experience one that they have. That'd be great.
The conference.
Yeah, the conference. Just the whole show, dude. Overall.
Yeah, people in like the media always say like, "Oh, sitting there sucks." Like it's so much funner being like outside. But I don't know. I hear mixed reactions. Like if you don't have to live cover that and like write news stories as they're announcing them.
If you're going as a fan, I'm sure it's great.
Yeah.
But
City Folk Theaters, I wonder what's closest. Probably New York City, right?
No, they have a bunch of locations. There's probably one in Connecticut.
Where'd you end up going?
I'm going to the New York City one, Union Square.
Oh, okay. Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
Next on the list, so we may be getting a gold PS4 Slim with a 1 terabyte hard drive built in.
News alert. This has been changed. This was announced. Yeah, this was announced. It's coming.
It was just announced.
Yeah.
Oh, it is coming out.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Was the price tag confirmed at $249, or was that just
$249 during a thing called Days of Play, which I'm not sure it ends. I think 8 days, and it's going to be $249 for 8 days. And once that's over, it's going to $300. And during these 8 days of play, there are going to be deals as well. So keep your eye on that. That's probably going to be coinciding with some E3 shit. But yeah, gold PS4.
And it looks ugly.
I don't like it either, Jeff.
It looks awesome. I love it. I think it looks so hot.
I'm good with my Pro. And my Arkham Knight PS4. Yeah, so this actually leaked from someone in Walmart. Leaked it, I think, a picture. So, anyways, all right. Next on the list. According to Sony Europe boss Jim Ryan, who also serves as the global head of sales and marketing. Jim talked about PS4 Pro and PSVR exceeding expectations in an article on Glixel.com. Sony treated PSVR like a platform launch rather than a peripheral, and this led to over 1 million headsets being sold, along with more than 5 million VR games. Quote unquote, to be honest, we didn't know how well it would do. Ryan admits, we were optimistic, but something as completely different as virtual reality is tough to predict. Success of the PS4 Pro, whose 4K powers come with a premium price tag, was similarly difficult to anticipate. Quote unquote, in some ways, it was just as radical as VR, says Ryan. We were confident about the product, but have really been taken aback by how well it's done. Almost 1 in 5 PlayStations sold since the launch in November has been a Pro, and of those, 40% are people upgrading from a previous model. That's significantly ahead of our expectations. We're feeling pretty good about that, unquote. Article also states Horizon Zero Dawn from Sony's Guerrilla Games studio in Amsterdam has now sold 3.4 million copies. Of the 3.4 million copies of Horizon sold, about 915,000 were digital.
That stuff about VR was interesting because I think it said that over 1 million headsets. That was broken today, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like they just surpassed 1 million.
Yep.
Yeah, interesting. And
Well,
you know,
I mean, they had said sometime in December, I think, that they were close to 1 million, but they couldn't keep with demand. So it's good that they confirm it now. Actually.
I want to know more stats on that though, like attach rate and VR game sales. But I don't know why that's selling so good. I guess people like me are the reason. But I'm more interested in PS Pro. Is that 1 in 5 PlayStations?
Yep.
Did not expect that. I thought that was gonna flop like a fucker.
Why though?
Because I didn't think people cared that much about 4K. I thought.
I mean, it's
yeah, and the
There
amount
was
of
a
people
vocal
that have
minority
TVs.
that was complaining about it too, though.
how
saying,
they
"We don't want
announced
this."
it was bad. The system is more powerful, and if you don't have a 4K TV, it's still gonna run a little bit better on your 1080 screen.
Yeah, but I didn't think that console owners or console players would go into a store and see a 250 model or a 400 model and pick the 400 model. I mean,
I mean, if you go to a store, a regular customer, right, that doesn't know too much about the system, he goes in there, he's watching both systems. You know, you got the PS4 Pro, you got the PS4 Slim. You ask the question to a sales guy in Best Buy, let's just say, like, hey, what's the difference on them? Like, this one's the older one, and the PS4 Pro, you know, it's a little bit faster, processes everything faster. It's just it's better. And at the end of the day, you're just gonna be like, oh, and if you have a 4K TV, you know, it runs in 4K.
Yeah, but that's
And
my
the
thing.
customer
It's
is
like,
gonna be like, oh, okay, I might just get this if I plan to get a 4K TV.
yeah. Well, how many people actually have 4K TVs? And it's like if you're planning on it, because my deal was I didn't want to get the PS4 or the PS4 Pro because that means I would immediately want to, you know, my next purchase would be a 4K TV and all that stuff together. You know, at the time PS4 Pro when it launched was what, $399, $299?
Yeah.
And then you know even your cheapest 4K TV, which you don't want to buy the cheapest 4K
Oh, no.
TV. You want a fucking baller 4K TV, right? And you know you add all that up, and then you know if you're getting PSVR or if you got PSVR all bundled, like all that together, that's almost people were complaining about prices for you know Oculus and stuff, but all that stuff bundled together was probably close to what you know.
I bought the 4K TV that I have and the PS4 Pro last year on the holidays, and I spent around 1,200 around there for everything, and like 2 games. I mean, eventually, and this upcoming holidays, so the TVs are gonna get cheaper. So now is the time, probably.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
And I'm glad that Horizon is selling 3.4 million copies. Wow.
yeah,
Yeah.
I thought digital sales would be higher these days. I don't know. Digital sales because that's a 915,000 digital and 3.4 were sold. So
Well, I mean, that's
under a third.
almost 1/3. That's not bad if you think about it.
I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I just thought 2017 we'd see more digital.
Yeah, well, I mean everybody here, I'm assuming upgraded their hard drive.
Yes.
Yeah, of
yes.
course.
Yeah, I don't think the average person does that, so they're probably just buying physical and then they're probably deleting out old games and shit. Whereas I'm a hoarder and I keep everything on my hard drive and stuff like that, so I'm okay with buying digital, but I still do buy physical because of the collector in me.
That's cool.
Okay, next story. This one breaks my heart. Middle Earth: Shadow of Mordor has been delayed from its originally planned release of August 22nd. Developer Monolith Productions has announced, according to a post from developer Monolith Productions community manager, on behalf of the game's development team, Shadow of War will now be released worldwide on October 10th. I was looking forward so much to this game, man. I'm so bummed.
And it sucks. It really sucks because the first game was great, and the release date, the original release date for it, on August 22nd, was perfect for it. Now that they pushed it to October, it might just die at the end. It might happen what happened to Tomb Raider last year or the year before. It's just in the middle of so many good games coming out, and it might just get lost, which sucks.
Did they give any, like, when Uncharted got delayed, they gave a little background, didn't they? Didn't they say they just wanted to, like, well, I guess the biggest
but
excuse
that's
always is they
a
want to deliver
well-known
the best
name.
product.
That's the thing. Like Shadow of War, a lot of people didn't play the first game, even though it was great.
They're also making this game way, way bigger, and I don't know if maybe they kind of bit off a little bit more than they can chew, and they wanted to make sure it was 100% for launch. But yeah, I'm from the same kind of cut from the same kind of cloth. I loved the first game. I'm a huge Lord of the Rings fan. My wedding band is the Ring of Power, so I love that universe. And
I mean,
I'm so bummed, man. I was looking so forward to this game, and now, I mean, I guess it moves out of the way for Destiny is what, 2-3 weeks later.
Yeah.
So, I mean, at least I can kind of soak that up now. But even still, like you said, this game's going to it's like right before that huge salvo of holiday games. So this might, honestly, now I feel like this might be a game I have to wait for until spring or something, so I have time to dedicate to it.
Or you might be able to get it on the holidays, like Black Friday for half the price or something.
Yeah,
like that.
That's what I'm saying. I might not get it at launch, or maybe I'll GameFly it up front and then play a little bit of it, send it back, and then buy it to keep down the road and finish it or whatever.
Hopefully, this means the new Nemesis system is like Unreal. Maybe that's one of the
That's why I'm
changes.
thinking it got delayed, maybe because they're trying to make sure that's tight.
Yeah, ramping it up.
All right, moving on. A Life is Strange prequel is reportedly in the works about Rachel and Chloe.
Yes.
8 screenshots and a piece of concept art from the rumored unannounced game have leaked online. We have a link there, but obviously you can't see the link. So that's rad. I still haven't been in the first season, so but I'm glad more is coming because people like it.
This news came out a couple days before they actually announced the PS Plus lineup for June. So that might explain why they're giving it for free for June.
To get people interested.
Have people play it and get interested, and then whenever it comes out, people already know the story, which is smart. But
I have nothing to say.
yeah, because you haven't played it. Great game. Everybody go play it. It's gonna be free.
Well, it goes live on Tuesday, right? The free one.
Yeah. Oh, one more thing. I said, I think last week, that I didn't want a prequel. I just wanted a different characters.
Are you sold on it now, though?
Seems like it's a prequel.
Yeah, obviously with the screenshots. I'm still rather have a different story than a prequel, but we'll see, I guess, when it comes out. I don't know how they're gonna start it. I just have no clue, but we'll see.
You know what else is strange? The fact that Activision never sold Call of Duty Modern Warfare. It's standalone. Speaking of which, earlier this year, retailer GameFly posted a product page for a standalone version of Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare Remastered, and now Amazon has followed with its own page for it. Charlie Intel reports that Amazon Japan posted a product page for the game saying it would launch on June 20th for PlayStation 4 with a launch on Xbox One to come in July 20th. Is this too little too late, you think?
Yeah. Yeah, they should have done that at launch. That it could, by itself, I think Call of Duty 4 would have sold like hotcakes.
Yeah. I mean, they're going to announce it in E3. That's pretty obvious to me.
Too little? No. too late. Wait, hold on. No, maybe the opposite one. Too late.
Yeah.
Too late. Yes. Too late. Yes. Too little. No, because this is still gonna sell, regardless of when it should have came out, when it was coming out. If they put Call of Duty 4 for $30 on the PSN store, people are gonna eat that up.
So then I guess it's not too late.
I guess we're gonna find out. And
I guess, yeah.
Everybody always says Call of Duty won't sell, and then it does. So
yeah.
That's a good point. All right, we got some game announcements. FIFA 18 will launch on September 29th, surprise, surprise. And EA has announced that Cristiano Ronaldo will be the game's cover star for the first time. This is surprising because Leo Messi has been the cover artist or the cover athlete for a long time. Marco Reus was on last week, but last year. But yeah, so I think it's crazy. Kind of following the whole controversial Tom Brady being on the cover thing with Madden.
Why does people not like Ronaldo?
he's a very popular player.
Is he outspoken though, like Brady? I don't follow the sports.
He's just very polarizing.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, that's very
He's
true.
really he looks and sounds kind of cocky. That's why.
I just didn't expect it. This I would say is too late because I'd say he's not obviously bad or he's not like significantly declining, but I wouldn't say he's performing as well. Like I'd say he deserved this like maybe 2 years ago, a year ago.
Past his prime.
I don't know, man. He had a really good season this year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I mean, it's either him or Messi.
yeah.
It's one of the two. So I mean, you can't go wrong with either or.
Jack Wilshere.
The next one I'm confused about.
On the same day that the NBA Finals begin, 2K confirmed that one of the competitors in the finals, Cavaliers point guard Kyrie Irving, will be on the cover of NBA 2K18. Everyone who pre-orders NBA 2K18 in North America gets access to the game 4 days early, similar to what they did with past years. Well, this is 2K, but they have done this in the past with NBA 2K. And that early access starts on September 15th. In addition, pre-order shoppers get the following content: 5,000 virtual currency, or VC, 10 weekly My Team packs, a Kyrie outfit pack, and NBA 2K18 officially launches for everyone on September 19th, my wedding anniversary.
Congrats. Wasn't Shaq announced for the cover?
That's for the gold edition,
I'm
and
supposed to
Irving
keep
is
up
for
with
the
this.
regular edition.
I'm supposed to keep up with this. Okay.
Yep.
I like how though their fucking funny money is pretty self-explanatory. Virtual currency,
I mean, they gotta call it something.
COD points. Just call it COD points.
All right, another announcement that happened. This happened today as well, right?
Yeah.
I think
Yep.
so.
It was either today or yesterday. I believe it was today. Capcom has officially announced Mega Man Legacy Collection 2 will be released on August 8th in North America and will cost $19.99 MSRP, both digitally and at retail. The collection includes Mega Man 7 through 10, a challenge mode with new stage remixes, online leaderboards, oh boy, and a music player that lets players listen to tracks from the game. I don't know anyone that even likes any of the games 7 through 10, or was 10 the one everyone liked because it was like the style of the old ones, but 7 through 9 no one liked? I don't remember.
9 and 10 were the remakes that came out in, I think, 9 and 10 respectively. No, I don't know, 2000. No, I think whatever. Those are the ones that came out in the 2000s. First of all, I think it's weird that it's the same price. It is the same price, right? Legacy Collection 1 was $20, and it's like way less games. But my first Mega Man's actually was 9, was a demo for 9. I didn't play Mega Man up until I got a PS3 and downloaded 9. And I think those games, 9 and 10 especially, definitely play to the shitty gamer like myself that can't handle Mega Man 1 through 8, that is just too difficult. And it said, I saw somewhere else, you didn't write it here, but I saw someone else that they're having the easy mode. I'm wondering if the easy mode is put into 7 and 8 as well, because there's an easy mode for 9 and 10 that made it easy for me and stuff. But yeah, it's cool being able to play like Mega Man games and not dying every second. So, these games, 9 and 10 especially, good to see them on the next gen consoles.
Cool. Don't care.
Yeah, I don't really care either, to be honest.
I have the gold Mega Man amiibo.
I have the first Legacy Collection. I got that because it was only like $4. I want to get around to playing it, but I just have so much other stuff that I'm playing. But yeah, I don't know. I've heard a lot about those games. There's a lot of YouTubers. Obviously, Colin was a big fan. So I've heard a lot about him, and I'd like to try to play him because I've never ever touched a Mega Man game. So
Honestly, if you have the Legacy Collection on your system, like right after this, just like even like Startup 2, that intro track is one of the best themes ever. I just put that in the car sometimes when I just jam out. And
What is it about like the first sequel to a game, like anything with the number 2 on it, having a great soundtrack? Metal Gear Solid 2, Castlevania 2 with Bloody Tears. Like there's just so many 2 games that have great soundtracks.
Yeah, some people like swear by when it comes to like the Mega Man soundtracks and shit like that. People like swear by like, whoa, three's main theme, three's Dr. Wily's theme was so much better. It's like I don't know. I love the two.
Mega Man's Wily is great. Just saying.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Ghost Games and EA have announced Need for Speed Payback coming out on November 10th. Set in and around a desert casino town dubbed Fortune Valley, players will race and pull off heists as 3 separate characters united against a local criminal cartel that runs the city. Ghost has added off-road driving to the mix and is promising the deepest customization in the series to date. Any of you guys Need for Speed fans? Recent Need for Speed fans?
I played the last one and it was okay, but yeah.
I really enjoyed Hot Pursuit, 2010's Hot Pursuit. I'm pretty sure. That was the last one I really got into. The ones after that really didn't hook me. The run was weird. Rivals, I just didn't pick up because it looked too simulation. This one from the trailer looks like it's it has a cool looking story, very Fast and the Furious-esque. And the gameplay looks like Forza Horizon, which I don't really like that much, but like I really appreciate what it does. Like, I don't like the
Forza
feel
Horizon's
that much.
like my favorite of those two.
I love the game, but I don't like the driving feel. Like I love the feel in Need for Speed much more. So if
it's
it
a little
could
more
get,
arcadey. Fair enough.
is it? Oh, I would say to me it feels more simulation. I don't know why.
Which
though.
one?
Horizon.
Well, the first Horizon
over-
was a little more arcadey. Horizon
Really?
2 and 3 felt a little more simmy.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe that. But this game looks dope. Hyped to see what they show off. Honestly, no, I'm gonna hold back. I was gonna say I want to see more story in racing games, but no, don't even.
Because then we get
it's-
Fast and the Furious.
if it's fun
Bulletstorm
story, I don't know.
developer People Can Fly is working on a new AAA game that will be published by Square Enix. The company announced on June 1st. So we know literally nothing about this other than that it's a AAA game published by Square Enix.
The interesting thing about it is they cut Square Enix cut IO and Interactive just to get People Can Fly to make a game.
Is that confirmed or rumor?
Oh, that's confirmed that they're picking it up. They're doing a AAA game.
No. That they swapped IO for People Can Fly.
Well, I mean, it's obvious, isn't it?
I guess. I'm interested if it's a new IP or if they're having them work on a.
I
older
think they
property.
said it was a new IP.
Yeah,
New IP. All right, cool.
it's a new IP. Yep.
I really like Bulletstorm. I thought it wasn't a full $60 game.
Bulletstorm was
But
very fun. I hope they jump into the like fun arcadey like scoring like score attack style stuff they had with Bulletstorm, because the story was whatever. It was just another Gears type game. So hopefully they do something really fun like Bulletstorm was.
yeah.
Before we move on, I think it might be kind of apt to mention, because this I think broke today too, that Vince Gilligan's making a Breaking Bad virtual reality project for PlayStation.
Oh, good point. Yeah, so it's not going to be a game. It's going to just be an experience. It's probably going to be some type of video, honestly. Some type of like, not interactive, but just like.
Check out the van, maybe,
Yeah, yeah.
the lab.
Actually, I broke that to you today too because I saw that on IGN. So that's funny that you brought it up when when I told you about it. So, all right, let's move on to the drop.
From our best friend, the powerhouse of PlayStation, Ryan Clements, comes this week's new releases. So since we got a hefty E3 prediction, tots, there are descriptions for these, but we're just going to roll through the names and catch the ones with the best descriptions. So we're starting off with Cladoon Returns. This is Sengoku on PS4 Vita, digital PS4. Dark Rose Valkyrie, PS4 digital retail. A virus threatens humanity. Valkyrie forces move out. In this RPG, fight using customized weapons, team attacks, overdrive mode, and more. But beyond battle, you'll have to interrogate teammates to find out who's been turned in order to save the world. Cool. But beyond, yeah, sure. Dirt 4, PS4 digital. The Elder Scrolls Online, Morrowind, PS4 digital retail. Return to Morrowind in this new chapter of the award-winning online role-playing series. The Elder Scrolls Online. Put that one on me. Embark on a dangerous journey through legendary locales and save Morrowind from a deadly Daedric threat. Includes the first game of the series.
Hey Jeffrey, you might need to describe the next one.
Farming Simulator 18 for the PS Vita digital. Become a modern farmer in Farming Simulator 18. Plant, harvest, and trade in crops, including for the first time sunflowers.
Oh, not sunflowers.
I was actually playing, but you went for it. All right.
How revolutionary. Sunflowers.
Diversify your activity with animal husbandry and forestry. Develop and expand your very own farm. ... Wherever you go. Jump Stars, PS4 digital. Introducing Jump Stars, the bonkers new local multiplayer party game which pits player against player in a bizarre violent game show as they collectively compete to save their skins. Jump Stars, isn't that the game by all the anime characters? No? With like Goku and shit?
I have no clue, man.
Neighbor Horde, PS4 digital. Perception, PS4 digital out 6/7.
One thing about this game, it was gonna release last week, but it got delayed a week because it got released for Steam and the reviews were really bad. So I guess they're gonna end up fixing something with the game. That's why they delayed it a week. So we'll see how it is.
Interesting. Plague
Well,
Road.
that's by X-Rational people too. Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah.
Perception?
It's either X-Rational or X to people that worked on.
Oh, no, you're right. Yes, Perception is a first-person narrative horror adventure that tells the story of Casey, a blind heroine who uses her extraordinary hearing and razor-sharp wits to unravel the mysteries of an abandoned estate that haunts her dreams. Yes, no, you are right. That is by X-Rational, guys. That sucks that they had to delay it because of issues. I hope it's still not broken. Next up, we have Plague Road, PS Vita digital. Set around a city being consumed from within by disease, Plague Road tells a story of a lone doctor who abandoned his home and now returns to learn the fate of those he left behind. That actually has voice work by Jim Sterling. I'm almost 100% sure about that. I might be wrong, though. I said. And it says coming out to Vita. I thought maybe, is it already on PS4 or is PS4 coming later? I can't imagine a Vita title comes out first. Who knows? Next up, we have Randall, PS4 digital. After that, we have Special Delivery for PSVR digital. Dodge Cars. Oh, fuck that. Cut that. Did you guys hear this ringing in the back?
What ringing?
Yeah,
I can't hear anything.
Oh, really?
I'm playing, dude, but jeez.
Just let me know when you're good. I put a timestamp. I'll add another timestamp.
Just start it over.
Yeah. Next up, we have Special Delivery on PSVR digital. Dodge cars, dogs, and tornadoes as you grow your subscriber base and expand your paper route in this arcade-inspired newspaper delivery game. If that sounds anything like Paperboy VR, because I heard it is.
Let's do it. I'm down.
I haven't seen any video or gameplay of this. I just heard Greg describe it. I'm definitely going to look into it. If it doesn't look like it's going to cause crazy motion sickness or anything, then I'll fuck with it.
So I could see it. You're driving the little bike or whatever, and trying to dodge cars and stuff like dogs and stuff like that, and just throwing the fucking paper. That'd be great.
I'm interested if it uses Move controller and stuff, or is it just like a trigger? We'll look into that. Next up, we got Super Beat Zonic, PS4 digital retail. Next up is definitely the word you got to use on all of them. The Town of Light, PS4 digital retail. Also coming, Victor Vran, PS4 digital. And then rounding out the list this week is Wipeout Omega Collection PS4 digital retail. Wipeout Omega Collection brings together all the content from Wipeout HD, HD Fury, and 2048, enhanced for PS4 and PS4 Pro. So interesting drop we have. Just making a note. Usually this week is like the week before E3 is like barren in like
really dead, yeah.
yeah. So
Interesting that they put Wipeout right before it. Is that you think it's just gonna have a booth at E3? Hey, come replay Wipeout for the 30th time.
yeah, that's just because honestly, I think the convention of like the old convention of release dates has just been thrown out. The thing is, the big games don't even get really released in fall anymore. January's a packed month some fucking how. Anyways, on to the question of the episode. Do not forget, you can join us in the PSBF Facebook group at facebook.com/group/PSBestFriends or submit your questions to psbestfriendspod@gmail.com and get your questions read on the podcast by us. Remember, we'll say the links again. PS Best Friends on Facebook, psbestfriendspod@gmail. If you're thinking of a good one right now, send it to us. This week's question comes from Landon Tyler Cook from the PSBF Facebook group and asks, I'd like to see you guys discuss how Sony should respond to the Scorpio. How Sony should respond to Microsoft's Scorpio. Scorpio, of course, is the boosted version of the Xbox One. Pretty much the PS4 Pro version of the Xbox One.
Is that confirmed? That's what it is. It's not a because I remember reading it was next gen, and then I remember it's kind of flip flopped on the message. So I'm it's not really clear what.
So they release the specs of it pretty much, and it's a little bit faster than the PS4 Pro.
It's a pretty good upgrade from the PS4 Pro. Digital Foundry did an article on it, breaking it down and all that.
I thought it was slightly better than Pro.
I thought it was moderately. It wasn't completely blowing it out of the water, but it was moderately better, I believe.
Not enough though.
Just purely on specs. I mean, it doesn't mean anything for the games that are going to be on it.
The spec-wise, I think it's not enough to be next gen though yet. It's a half step.
That's what they are.
That's not how Microsoft is not marketing it as a next gen console. They're saying this is an upgrade from that. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, they're saying it's a premium SKU, basically.
Okay.
Yep.
I don't even think you answer that really, because you have something. I mean, I think your
that's
answer
what I was gonna say.
I think your answer is in a year, 2 years, or whenever they plan on doing it, just announce the PS5 because they already have. We can't make. I think it would be. I mean, everybody expected the Pro to flop, and then it's doing pretty well. But they can't just be like, well, here's the Pro 2.0. Eventually they're gonna have iterations like cell phones, and I hope that doesn't really become a reality for consoles. But I think their answer is PS5 in a year or 2 years or something like that. I don't think they need to answer.
I mean, the question is, Sony should respond to Scorpio, but it feels that Xbox is responding to the PS4 Pro. If you think about it,
I don't think PlayStation even needs to respond to the Scorpio. I think
what they could do if they want to do something. Be in the conference for Sony. The PS4 Pro now is $349 or $299. That'd be a great response for it, and it does 4K. It does everything that the Scorpio does.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I don't think they really need to do anything. I just think they need to get behind, just what they've been doing. We have games, we have the best games. You love to play here, and yeah, they have a better box, but we had the better box. Don't say this, but Xbox had the better. I'm sorry, PS3 had the better box last generation, but 360 outsold it. So clearly, it doesn't mean anything. So I think Sony's going to market it as. We still have the games you want to play. Do they have the games you want to play? We have the exclusives. And it's not a direct shot I don't think they make, but they just say, hey, we have a lot of really awesome exclusives coming. Make sure you get a PS4 so you can play them. You know what I mean? I think you're right. I don't think there's going to be a direct response.
Right now, I find Microsoft's game plan so confusing because it's so not about the tech at all. Games is the name of the game. Literally, people aren't running to buy the Pro because it's more powerful. People are buying it because that's where Nier is. That's where Horizon is.
And it looks a little bit better, and it runs a little bit better. That's why.
But not only that, I'm really trying to think.
That's why they're getting even a PS4.
Yeah,
Right.
it's an interesting point too, because you said games is what's bringing people to consoles, and I think the Switch is a great example of that. Not to bring it back up again, but I mean, people are, it's really successful. I mean, so far it's seemingly successful, and people obviously are swarming to it because they want those games that they can't
Yeah.
play anywhere else. So I think that's a good point. Yeah, I think
And how many
games trumps
flops,
all.
how many teraflops does the Switch? I find it
Exactly,
so
yeah.
irrelevant. I find tech
I
so
just-
irrelevant to Microsoft right now in their situation where they have no games, no exclusives.
That's exactly my point. Is I'm looking out for potential exclusives for this holiday season for Microsoft because I own all three consoles. I own a Switch, PS4, and Xbox One. I literally don't play Motorsport, Forza Motorsport. I always play the Horizon games instead of that. And it's going to be Motorsport this year. We're pretty sure. So I don't care about that. Crackdown 3, if that game even still exists, I don't really care about that. I mean, that's not a console seller to me. Sea of Thieves, who knows when that game's coming out? Also don't really care because that's going to be a game you play with your friends for, I don't know, a week, and then you get bored of it. Because no one even knows what that game is. They haven't even showed anything on it. So I don't know what exclusives they have. They've already did Gears in the past, last year was Gears? And then
Yes.
they did Halo 5 is still floating out there. They said Halo 6 is not coming anytime soon. What do they have this year?
The only game-
I mean,
the
we
only
know
game that I
some
could
things
think
coming this year.
for Xbox is, in my opinion, for me, is State of Decay 2. But I
That
got a
is good one,
PC.
but that's not selling consoles.
I know, but like I said, like I have a PC, so I'd rather just play it on the PC than buying an Xbox.
Also a good point.
That's where they messed up, in my opinion.
You know how
Releasing those
Sony?
games on PC.
I think the best way Sony could respond to the Scorpio is just by going out on stage next week and announcing the best games ever. And with that comes the topic of the episode: toast.
Toast.
E3 predictions, specifically
Yeah.
PlayStation's press conference. So this is happening Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern. What do you think we're gonna see?
All right, so
right.
who's going first? Jeffrey's going first?
Yeah, yes. Let's
All
start
right,
off.
so you're gonna go first, and we're each gonna have 5 predictions, right?
Yes, let's lay down the rules. We giving a singular predictions, 5 each. No repeats. If one that's on your list got said already, knock it off. Use a backup. Half points will be given. Quarter points will be given as well.
Nothing in between though. It's just quarter, half, and full. I almost don't even want to do quarter. I mean, whatever. We'll figure it out. We'll see how
Half
it goes.
points based on the words, how many words you get right in your fucking sentence. I kept most of mine short though, and then I'm gonna go into them.
All
But
right.
let's start off with
Start it
my
off, Jeffrey.
Yeah, Jeffrey's first prediction is Spider-Man is coming out this year.
No date.
No date, before December 31st, 2017.
Okay. So I'm.
I don't even think that
prob-
game exists, so that's a bold one. Okay. For me, do I want to get my safe one out of the way? Okay, no, I'm gonna go with my biggest one that I think I have. Shuhei
my man.
Yoshida is on stage, makes some sort of huge announcement, and maybe Sucker Punches a video game that we have not heard anything about for a long time.
Motherfucker. Okay.
Wait. So, your prediction is that Shuei specifically will be revealing Sucker Punch's new game?
That's a very specific. I mean, you're if Shuhei doesn't do it,
But I
you're-
get a half point if Sucker Punch's game is there, and I get a half point if Shuhei's there. So
No.
No way.
You did the exact opposite. You
how do half
tied,
points
you
work?
tied your half points together. Those are completely
Yep.
attached. It has to be specifically Shuhei announcing.
that's fine.
Sucker
All
Punch
right,
game.
that's fine. I'm
I'll
not taking
give
it
you
back.
the point.
I'm not
if,
taking it back.
I'll
Shuhei
give
is-
you the half a point. I'll give you the half a point if they announce Sucker Punch's game.
Oh
Not
yeah,
if
we
Shuhei's
did.
there.
At least that. I'm not.
Oh.
Shuhei's
I wa-
probably gonna be there, dude. So
I was refraining from even
Well,
giving
I don't
him
think he
that
was there
half
last
point.
year, was he?
He wasn't.
he was in the crowd. They showed him,
But he didn't have a
That
stage
counts.
presence.
but that he was there though.
So
All
hold on. Let's change up the rules. This is our first prediction year. I have a prediction related to Sucker Punch, but it's different in its like layout and stuff.
All right, we'll
say-
run by it when we get to
No,
you.
I say we all say them if they're different enough that if they're different
No,
but related though, then it's the point is given to whoever's the closest on that specific one.
Okay, I can see that.
I'm
I
fair with
feel
that. I'm good with
Okay,
that.
cool. So for example, if Miguel says Sean Layden announces Sucker Punches Gabe, then he's taking that full point. You get 0 points, Anthony.
That's fine.
All right, cool. Next.
All right, I'm next. I'm going with the biggest one then. There's gonna be a highlight reel for Crash, the remastered, and at the end of that trailer, they're gonna announce Crash Team Racing coming. Damn.
Oh, you mother. Oh,
I want it so bad.
the second you said Crash, I was like, God damn it.
I
Team
want it.
racing. All right, sure.
All right, Henry, you're up.
I don't know if this is more bold or a safe bet, but I say we see something about Bloodborne 2. I don't know if we just see a teaser
that's safe.
trailer, or maybe as far as the release date. But yeah, I say we see something as far as a sequel for Bloodborne from Software.
I would say that's a safe bet, but From is working on that other weird vampire anime Dark Souls game, so maybe a new studio. So I wouldn't say as safe as you would think it is.
Yeah, no, I mean that's why I was a little reserved about it. I wasn't quite sure exactly. I mean, I have a feeling there is a Bloodborne 2 out there in the works,
So-
but whether or not it gets
I'm sure there is.
So they're just gonna tease it
yeah, I say
or
well
announce it.
we'll announce it, and I say we get a teaser for it.
Okay. I feel it.
I don't know. Should I specify that is like I say there's just a teaser, or do I have to specify there's gameplay as well?
No, it's just. I mean, if they tease it or announce it, it's just,
All right,
just keep it as
we'll just-
announced.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
just keep it as announced. Yeah.
I also just love that you spelled Bloodborne like Jason Bourne, because I do that all the time too. Until I actually like looked at it one day and I was like, oh yeah, that's not how it's spelled.
All right, Jeffrey. Second.
Number 2.
Yep.
Sucker Punch is working on a new IP.
Okay.
New IP, and Infamous is mentioned. Somehow Infamous is mentioned. Maybe it's like, even if they just say, I'm guaranteeing that if who's the guy from Sucker Punch? I'm blanking on his name. Not Ted Price. Whatever. He comes out. He's gonna say something about Infamous. Maybe it's like we learned so much with Infamous or whatever, but it's not an Infamous game, and Sucker Punches is working on a new IP, and it's shown in some capacity.
You think they tease like Seattle or something?
What do you mean in terms of?
Wasn't that the setting for?
Yeah, for the
Yeah.
Second
No,
Son.
no, but
So I'm
Infamous
saying
could
like they
be-
make you think it's Infamous and it's actually something else.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
you're
yeah.
saying that they're gonna start talking about Infamous, mention it, and then they're gonna go to the Sucker Punch new
And the
IP.
game will not be Infamous. Yeah, that's my
So
prediction.
I get the points if Shuhei announces this game. You get the points if Shuhei does not announce it, but they have to mention Infamous.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
You guys-
if they don't mention Infamous and Shuhei doesn't announce it, we both get a half point.
You guys are really shoehorning yourselves here. really specific.
That's the fun of it.
That's it. In classic tradition.
Okay.
All right. Miguel's.
All right. Let's see.
Oh no, I thought it's me.
I forgot the order.
Oh yeah.
Okay. See, I'm not gonna make this as my prediction, but I was gonna say CTR and Spyro remakes. But CTR is probably just CTR is probably the safe one.
Your call.
I think it's a little too soon though. I think they probably
Yeah,
wanna see
that's
if
I'm
Crash
not
does-
gonna go with that one.
Like if Crash does well, then I can see those being announced. But
Okay, here's a good one. Knack 2 gets more than 5 minutes of screen time.
Oh my god. Probably. Honestly, fucking probably.
Act 2, baby.
So what's gonna be like a gameplay demo, probably something like that?
I don't know, but Cerny's going to be on stage and he's going to be treating it like a baby, and it's going to be more than 5 minutes. So
Okay.
More than 5 minutes of gameplay or of Knack.
just Knack
time?
2 is on the screen for more than 5 minutes total.
Yeah, I can see them like throwing up a demo and them playing it in front of the.
You
I
don't-
can see something like that happening.
If we're going to talk semantics, being in a highlight reel doesn't count towards that. It has to be them showing the game off in some way, whether it's a trailer or gameplay. But
It's
highlight
a really
reel,
long, it's a really long highlight reel, and Max somehow gets 5
I'm
minutes.
telling you,
of that
dude, he's
highlight
gonna
reel.
talk about like the physics and how like game breaking it is and everything. I'm telling you.
I hope not, but we'll see.
That's funny. All right.
All right, my second one is let's see. Let's go with this one. PSVR. No more than 5 minutes about PSVR. They're gonna announce all the games they're gonna announce for PSVR. They're gonna be in a highlight reel.
I really hope that's not true, but it's a good prediction.
That was one of mine. I said PSVR gets a lukewarm reception. Well, maybe not reception, but at least a lukewarm amount of attention. Yeah.
I have a contradictory prediction, but I'll save. But all right, that's the realist prediction, but like not the.
It's the saddest prediction, but the most likely to happen.
All right, Henry.
Do I go really safe and secure a point? Well, I think we get a lot more gameplay for Days Gone and release date for it.
Motherfucker. Okay.
Gameplay and release date.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we've already seen gameplay, but I'm assuming we see more polished, finished version, like
An
something
area that's
real-
not in that like barn area.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, somewhere else.
Or like
Other
gameplay
gameplay that we haven't seen before.
giving you-
I was gonna be more specific with that one, but all right, I'll give it to you. I was gonna give a date for it too.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll ballpark a date.
If you give a date and you get it right, you get 2 points.
Not a date, a month at least.
A month? Yeah.
window.
Okay.
Release window. Well, now that because that could be quarters.
Yeah.
I'll say holiday 2017.
Okay.
A month. No, not that. You're not giving 2 points.
So I'll say December. Yeah.
December.
Ooh, you think? Ooh, okay, all right.
I was thinking September or August.
I was thinking October, November.
No, that's a
But
February game. That's a
Henry's
February
locked
game.
in December.
Yeah.
I probably agree February. But they did just push Red Dead back too. That's what's messing me up. That's why I'm thinking they might push that game up if they can. But all right, Jeffrey, your VR prediction that you mentioned before.
Yeah, I guess I'll skip 3. All right, so VR prediction: at least 5 new, not unseen, brand new that we've never heard about PSVR titles will be shown on stage. Whether that's in a highlight reel, because they do show games all for the first times in highlight reel sometimes. Whether it's a highlight reel or a demo, or I'm even counting experiences. So if Vince Gilligan's on stage, that counts.
They
as a
show
title.
anything for a prolonged.
So something new.
Oh fuck no! The Breaking Bad thing wouldn't count because they just announced that. But yeah, something to 5 new VR things that would also
Experience
count.
or games. Okay.
Experience or games that,
That
count.
they
a
show
Battlefront 2
not
thing.
in a highlight reel.
No, it could be shown in a highlight reel. They announce indie games in highlight reel sometimes.
Okay.
But I thought you were
gonna-
saying it would have to be shown off, not in a highlight reel.
No, I was saying also highlight reel.
Oh, okay. All right.
Five's
All right.
a big number though. 5 is a big fucking. You're saying
That is a
5
big number.
minutes. I'm saying 5 titles. So
Yeah,
that might
because
be
my
a tough one.
VR prediction was going to be 1 game for a September, October release. So you're going 5, so you can take that one.
Let's go.
Okay, I think Sony is going to pile it on, and I think this was actually what I wanted to say before when we were talking about the Scorpio. I think this is going to be their response to the Scorpio. I think Sony gets at least 1 new major partnership for exclusive content. So like how Ubisoft, you get bonus missions, Activision gets early DLC. I think 1 major player is going to sign an exclusive deal
You want to be
content
specific?
on the PS4.
Yeah, with who? Yeah.
Yeah. Did you have somebody in mind?
Because they already got locked Assassin's Creed.
Well, Ubisoft we knew already. Ubisoft, Activision are the 2 major ones. You know what? I would say Square Enix, but I feel like that's a given anyways because they're such. But then they did have that exclusivity.
So let's exclude-
with Tomb Raider.
Let's
So-
exclude the ones that we already know. So it has to be someone new, right? You said?
Someone that doesn't have exclusive content with PlayStation.
Okay.
We'll have exclusive content for the first time announced on the Ether.
It'll be a new like how Destiny has content only on PlayStation for a year. It'll be something along the lines of that.
Okay. Exclusive
man.
PlayStation content from a new developer.
So it'll be like a multi-platform
game.
game, but only play this mission on PS4.
Okay. All right. Good.
But I think it's going to be a major player, someone along the lines of Square Enix. I don't want to say Square Enix because it backfired with Xbox with Rise of the Tomb Raider. So I'll just leave it at that. And if I only get 1 point, I only get 1 point.
Do indie games count? Because we're going to see a lot of indie exclusives.
I don't think.
No, you said AAA.
AAA, yeah. So it has to be something like you get this exclusive Watch Dogs mission, or you get this exclusive Destiny gun for a year.
I don't
Good
think
luck
Far
with
Cry
that, man.
5. I don't think Far Cry 5 announced anything PlayStation, so you might.
But
get
that's
that.
Ubisoft, so that's a given.
Oh,
I
that
just mean
one's
that
out.
like a publisher will have exclusive content with
okay.
Sony.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I could see People Can Fly's game might have something exclusive with PlayStation. I don't know. I could see that though. You know, in the way that Platinum did Nier Automata with Square Enix exclusive PlayStation, I could see that on with People Can Fly as well.
Okay.
Next up,
Next, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. All right. Horizon Zero Dawn DLC is gonna be rebuilt and given a date for release.
all right, I have that one as well. Good one. Given a date, what do you have any idea for the date, or what's your call for the date?
When is the Uncharted DLC coming out? It's like in August, right? July, August.
I think August.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Correct.
like right before fall.
I'll say February, probably. That'd be a year from the game came out. That'd be good.
I had that exact prediction. Horizon DLC
Really?
not this year.
I want it now though.
Yeah, no shit. You gotta wait a little bit. It's all good. It's all good.
All right, Henry.
PS Vita gets mentioned 3 times or less, and
Wow.
if it is mentioned, it is in passing. They don't, it's not like this game is coming to PS Vita. It's just like you can play this also on your Vita, or this is available also on Vita.
3 times
You
or
gonna-
less.
3 times or less.
So
You gonna
zero
add
times.
Geo-
So
it's
if they don't announce it, if they don't talk about it,
If they don't even mention Vita, you get that point. All right, sure. That's an easy one. That's the safe
Yeah.
bet.
Now, if Gio is on stage holding a Vita, does that count as one?
You get negative points. You get negative points.
if there's the physical manifestation of a Vita anywhere up there, yeah, I'll take a.
So
fucking
Gio, of
L
course,
on
he
that.
comes on stage and you lose this point.
Well, he's holding a Vita, yeah.
Oh yeah, he has to be doing Vita. I think he's gone on stage and not done a Vita thing once, and like people got pissed. I don't know.
He came on stage last year holding a Vita and then showed off like a
But
couple.
that wasn't
of
E3
things
though.
Quick.
That wasn't E3.
That
That
was
was
PSX?
PSX. Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
they haven't done anything for Vita for 2 years.
Vita hasn't been mentioned forever.
All right, so I'll I'll cut it down to mention isn't mentioned once.
Just mention once. Okay.
Once, if at all.
Yeah. Sad. So sad.
Wow.
All right, back to me. Going bold. Kingdom Hearts 3 gameplay demo. Gameplay demo. We're gonna see. We already did kind of see. I guess you could count that first time we saw it back in 15 Year Dreams 1. That was a gameplay demo. But I think we'll see another one. I think we'll see an advanced one. So I'm kind of shooting myself in the foot as well, because if they go all out and show a crazy cool cinematic with like even a release date but no gameplay, that's gonna fuck me over. But I'm still
You're
KH3.
saying they're gonna show
I
a
think
demo?
KH3 is a safe bet to be there, but I don't know. That
They
game's
might
not coming
talk
out
about
anytime
it,
soon, so.
but
A gameplay demo, yeah.
oh
Doesn't go.
man, that's gonna be rough.
All right,
I think,
I'm running.
I think they need to do that to keep this PlayStation E3 as hype as fuck year after year after year. You know.
You know what I could see? It's that game and Final Fantasy VII,
Shut the fuck
the
up.
remake.
That's
Oh,
mine. Don't you
Okay.
dare take that from me.
Final Fantasy VII Remake doesn't even exist, so you all can have that if you want.
Oh,
I'm
no,
sure
no,
they-
no, dude.
They,
I've
they
got a
might show
bold
those
prediction
both
for
of
that
them like
one.
in a little highlight reel or something. But
Yeah, I've got a
it's not
bold
gonna be no
prediction for that
gameplay.
one.
Deal.
I'm so sure Seven's so far out that it's not even gonna be there. Not even. It's nowhere.
Didn't they
Nene,
show it 2 years ago?
Yeah, it's because they're fucking
Yeah.
Square Enix, though.
What was
There you
that?
go.
Yeah, 2015, right?
You'll be surprised, man.
They also
Yeah, fight for 5
re-announced and
years.
re-revealed Last Guardian at that E3. So
All right, so
All right.
KH3 demo next.
All right, Anthony.
I'm really running out of juice here. So I'm gonna go with a semi safe one. It's not a guarantee, but it's a potentially likely. Another one to combat the Game Pass that Xbox has. Sony is going to expand PS Plus games in some way, potentially including VR games, and use that towards, towards combating the Xbox Game Pass that now includes all kinds of games.
So are they just gonna announce that it includes PSVR now? That's it?
I just think they're going to expand it in some way. So I think they'll either get rid of PS3 games and give more PS4 games, or they may give PSVR games. I think they're going to revamp it in some way to kind of align it more with what Xbox Game Pass is doing without needing to overhaul the PS Now. I don't think they combat Game Pass with PS Now. I think they combat it with just PS Plus in general.
I'm going to bring up a technicality and say you think this is going to be something announced on stage, not a couple days after.
Because we're talking about on stage, not
Not in a
Yeah,
blog
I
post.
think
This is
someone
big enough to have an
it'll be
announcement
said.
presence.
Yes,
Okay.
I think that they're going to similar to how they did the whole. This is how we share games. It's going to be you don't need an extra subscription to enjoy more games. I think they're going to do something like that.
Yeah.
Am
I'm
I
just
stroking
thinking that
out, or did they announce, or were there rumors of PS Now getting bundled into PS Plus? I might be having a stroke.
No, there are really no rumors besides just like that's a good idea, and
Yeah.
that's good speculation.
Yeah. I think it's probably Reddit going nuts.
They did also announce the Instant Game Collection a while ago when that was a thing on PS Plus at E3. I remember that. And honestly, they could even bundle this announcement with having VR games replace PS3 games on PS Plus. They could have that announcement kind of bundled with a new VR game. So like, we've been working with this XDev studio for like a little like $20 game, but right now it's free on PS. If you're a PS Plus member, you get it for free. I don't know, like something cool like that. I could see it.
okay.
Next prediction, Miguel.
All right.
I think yeah.
Okay, so you guys tell me if it's allowed or not. I'm saying they're gonna announce a proper name for Spider-Man game, and they're gonna say it's not coming this year because
What else?
it doesn't have a name. It's just Spider-Man #PS4.
I
So
like
I'm
that
saying-
prediction more than Jeffrey's.
So I'm saying they're gonna announce the proper name of it. They're gonna show maybe another little highlight reel, and they're gonna make sure to say that it's not coming this year.
I
So
think
you-
you're spot on with that one, to be honest.
So
the new Spider-Man game?
Your guess is Spider-Man with a name, trailer,
Proper
and
name, trailer,
and
for it,
2018 colon whatever, like
Yeah.
how the movie,
whatever they want to call it,
Okay.
and they're gonna show just coming soon. They're not gonna say nothing for this year.
Oh, coming soon. Not even 2018.
No, they're just gonna say coming soon.
Okay.
There's not gonna be a release date for it.
I
or a
don't think
time
they
window.
want to pin that game down yet, so I agree with that.
Okay. That's
So
good.
valid or not?
Yeah, it's good. Why not?
Okay.
I have an inverse prediction, so it's cool.
All right.
Good predictions. Good predictions.
Hendrik,
Henry, what do you got?
Someone's dropping points on that one.
Yeah.
I think
Yep.
Final Fantasy VII Remake gets a Disc 1 reveal with a release date in 2018, and I'm gonna say probably I'm gonna say holiday 2018.
We seen trailer. We seen gameplay.
We've already seen a little bit of gameplay, and we've already seen that trailer. I think we see both. I think we see,
Trailer and gameplay on stage. All right.
yeah.
One of
and
those
it's like-
mashups where it's like here's a cinematic and then there's like a little bit of gameplay in the middle.
Yeah, well, my thing is, I think it's going to be like a disc 1 thing. Like, I think they're going to, because they said they're doing episodes, and I think what they're going to do is this is going to be like the episode Dusky or whatever for Final Fantasy VII Remake, like Dusky was for Final Fantasy 15.
Oh yeah. Good prediction. I like it. All right. Now rounding up my number 5. I don't believe it. I don't really care for it, but I think it'd be crazy, and I think it's an easy thing for them to do, and I think it'd get the crowd juiced. Spyro remake announced.
Oh, you're going with it, huh? All right.
I'm going with Spyro. Why not? Because they already in cahoots with Activision.
If they do it, it's gonna be after they show
CTR.
the crash trailer at the end. It's gonna be either or. I could see either or.
Yeah. See, I was gonna go big and say both, but
Oh no, dude.
I'm good on that now. I'm rethinking that one now.
The only reason I could think they would not announce a Spyro remake right now is because they're still trying to ride high on Crash, and Crash isn't coming
See,
out
what I
till
could-
next week or 2 weeks.
In a couple weeks, I think it's
Okay, yeah.
a week after E3.
So so my only thing against a Spyro remake being announced is that they kind of want to give it more time, and maybe Spyro remake is kind of a PSX thing, honestly.
I was
But
just
yeah,
about
they-
to say that. Yep. I think CTR
Yeah.
might be this one, but I think you're right. Spyro might be PSX.
Right now they're riding high on Crash, so I could see the CTR. And they might wait until the sales for Crash and then maybe do the remake for Spyro, but we'll see.
All right, cool. Next.
All right, for my last one, because all the ones I have left are either bad, way too obvious, or have already been taken, I'm going to go with a pretty safe one, and I'm going to say the game that never stops showing up at Sony's press conferences is going to be back. Final Fantasy 15 will be back. We're going to see episode Prompto, as well as the VR edition, which lets you
Wait.
play as Prompto for Final Fantasy 15 on the
Wasn't
PS,
that out already?
PlayStation Station.
No.
Episode Gladiolus is out.
Wow. Okay.
So I think Sony's going to show off episode Prompto as well as the Prompto VR mission
That's-
DLC, whatever it is.
That's pretty safe, I think.
Yeah, I think I think that.
Nice. Playing that well.
Nice.
I wasn't behind that when you said episode Prompto. I'm like, no, they're not going to spend time on fucking Final Fantasy DLC. But then once you did say VR, I'm like, oh, shit.
And this game won't go away either. That's why I think it'll just be there. Tabata will be there. He's going to be like, here's episode Prompto, and here's the Prompto VR mission. It's going to be all about Prompto.
I hope they release that standalone. I don't want to get Final Fantasy 15.
You should. It's a great game. Platinum.
It
I
is.
think
I rented it.
did 3 of the 4 of us platinum that game?
What's it called? I rented it. I got it. Like after chapter 3, I'm like, there's gonna be so much we have to put into this game right now that I kind of just wanted it to be like shorter and more like, I don't know.
For me,
I loved how long it was.
yeah, like I didn't really. That's the thing. Not the campaign. Like the story actually was a lot shorter for me than compared to like when I played 7 or 9. It felt way shorter, and what I liked about it is the end game reminded me a lot of those games, and I think the end game is the best part of 15. Is once you've beaten the story and you get into the open world, and then you can start exploring the world and doing all the side shit, getting the best weapons by going into like the random dungeons you were too low leveled to go into before and stuff like that. I think that was where the game really it gets its highlight, and I think that was kind of underplayed because the story got mixed reviews. It was people loved it, people hated it, whatever. But like I thought the end game reflected what the old games used to do in a really good way.
And interestingly enough, this is another one similar to Persona that I kind of kickstarted you back into because I remember you saying, "Yeah, I don't know how I feel about it," and I was like, "Yeah, but if you read into the lore a little bit, the story actually is kind of cool. Like the story up front, it is missing. There's some holes, but." When I thought about the Platinum demo and how that plays into the story, and I read some stuff about the story, and I kind of told you about that, and then you kind of got back into it, and then you did the what's the dungeon where there's no combat?
Oh yeah. Shit.
Chapter
What was it
13.
called? No,
No,
there's
it's
It's
no,
Endgame.
that's different. But
there's
it's
an Endgame,
whatever the dungeon is where it's just like a giant puzzle, and I remember you did that,
Yes.
and I was like,
Turns
yeah,
into a
you can do that
platformer.
one.
Yeah, it was basically an all-platformer dungeon, and it was designed so well.
All right, we'll save that for our Final Fantasy spoiler cast. Miguel, what do you got next?
All right, my last one. I was gonna go safe and just say that Gran Turismo Sport is gonna give a release date for it, but I'm going the extra step. I'm gonna say that Gran Turismo Sport, Days Gone, Detroit, and God of War are gonna give they're gonna give a release date for all of them.
So all 4 have to get release dates or no points?
No, I'll give him points for each one. That's kind of a bullshit guess prediction, but I'll allow it. You're saying dates or Windows? Dates or Windows?
I'm saying.
Your date for Days Gone has to be. If you go date for Days Gone, yours has to beat mine to get a point.
I think that game's either coming out in November or February.
Yours has to beat mine to get a quarter of a point.
I'm saying they're a month. How about that?
The name of a month for each one. All right.
Yeah.
Well, we need a month and yeah, I guess we can assume year.
Yeah. I mean, they're all. I'm just gonna say this: they're all gonna be released before holiday 2018.
Nah, that's a bullshit guess. Of course they are.
Although
Are
who
they?
knows with Detroit, that game might not come out in 2019.
Gran Turismo Sport was announced like 2 years ago,
Yeah, that's really not
And
as
it's
bold as you
given-
think, Jeff.
and it's given a release there a couple times, and it's been delayed. And they could even say Gran Turismo might be coming out September, and they might even fucking delay it again.
That's the thing. I think the latter three. I think I think those. I think those easily are all coming out before 2018. I don't know anything about Gran Turismo, but like I think all the last
game
three.
better be out in the next couple of months, cause god damn.
Okay. I see that. Okay, makes sense now. All right, so all of them will be coming with have dates and before holiday 18.
Yeah.
All right.
So if any of them are after holiday 2018, does he get no points?
So if
I think that's the
I'm just
one that
gonna say
has to break the points.
Yeah,
if it doesn't have a date, there's no points for that game, or the month, or the release window.
Well, no,
Okay,
I think you should give an individual date for each one, and then break it up into quarter points. Or if you give them all one date, you got to go big or go home.
I'm gonna put months on each one then.
Okay.
All right. So Gran Turismo, I'm gonna say September.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna
Going
say
right up against Forza, huh? Okay.
yeah. I could see it. Let's see.
So hold on.
Got
Yeah. No, just to make it. So put your dates, and then Henry will say his last one, and then we'll go over.
Okay, we'll come
everyone's.
back to me. Okay.
Okay, cool. So Henry, what's your last one?
All right. So my last one, I guess nobody else has mentioned it, and it's worth mentioning. I think The Last of Us Part 2. I think we get a release date, and I think it's in 2018.
Wow. Really?
Yeah. I think it's.
That's
I
bold.
think that game is closer than people expect it to be. I think later in 2018. So I'd say the end of 2018, maybe November, maybe December of 2018. We see that game getting a release date. But I mean, you also got to keep in mind they announced Uncharted 4 in May of what was that 2015, and then they pushed it back to, or no, they wanted it February 2015, and then they pushed it back to May, right? So I'm accounting for them probably delaying it too. So I'm
In my opinion, that game's coming out till 1919. 1819. God damn it.
2019.
2019.
1819. That's a year. I could
Yeah,
easily
2019.
see them closing off the show with the demo.
Really? Yeah, as a demo.
Just a bold. Yeah, they did that. For what was the Uncharted? I think they ended with that demo. No,
Yeah.
I could see them doing a similar thing.
I can
All right,
see
so-
them announcing that and then delaying it.
Yeah, and that's my point. I think they're gonna
that-
do
That
Like a
goes
late-
without saying.
a late 2018, and then it inevitably gets delayed.
All right, and that's been everyone's predictions. Let's quickly go through everyone's again. We'll go in order what they are on the sheet. Just pretty much just say them and like give a Go ahead, Anthony.
All right, so first I got Shuhei announces Sucker Punch's new game on stage. I have Knack 2 gets more than 5 minutes of screen time. Sony secures a new partnership for a AAA game, be it either game exclusivity launch, i.e. Rise of the Tomb Raider did on Xbox, or DLC exclusivity like Hawkmoon from Destiny. I have PS Plus gets revamped to combat Xbox Game Pass in some form, and that their statement is going to be along the lines of, you don't need another subscription to play more games. And then my fifth one is Final Fantasy 15 episode Prompto and Prompto VR DLC is going to be shown off on stage.
All right, solid. Miguel.
All right, so my first one was Crash Remastered trailer, and at the end it's gonna be CTR announced. Second one is PSVR less than 5 minutes, and any new games that are announced are they're gonna be in the highlight reel. Number 3, Horizon Zero Dawn DLC announced, and they're gonna give a release date for that. Number 4, Spider-Man. They're gonna give a proper name for it and a trailer just saying at the end coming soon. And my last prediction, I'm saying they're gonna announce Gran Turismo Sport, and it's gonna come out in September. Days Gone is gonna come out in February, and Detroit is gonna come out in May, and God of War coming out in September 2018.
Sounds all, dude. That'd be the craziest year ever. I got Jeffrey's picks. Spider-Man coming this year before December 31st, 2017. Sucker Punch is working on a new IP, and it's not Infamous, but Infamous is mentioned in some capacity. At least 5 new PSVR titles or experiences or add-ons to games, things we don't know about, will be shown on stage. 5. Kingdom Hearts 3 gameplay demo. Nothing else needs to be announced. Doesn't need to be a date or anything. Just there's a gameplay demo. And then a Spyro remake is announced. Nothing needs to be shown about that. No date, but just we got Spyro. We're working on it.
Cool.
Henry?
I got Bloodborne 2 is announced. Days Gone, we get new gameplay and a December 2017 release date, tentative. PS Vita is mentioned once, if at all. How sad. Final Fantasy VII gets a Disc 1 release that is going to be holiday 2018. And we get gameplay and trailer for it. And then my last one is The Last of Us Part 2. We get a release date, gameplay, and the release date is in November, December of 2018.
One quick thing. I'm surprised that nobody mentioned a new Sony portable device.
I just don't think it's happening.
I just
Really?
don't. Yeah, no. I think
Even with the
Not yet.
recent
If
leaks.
it's happening, I think it's happening.
dude, they're juggling a lot right now with VR and all that other stuff launching. I think launching something else, launching more hardware, I think would be spending a lot of money that they probably don't want to spend right now.
I think it's possible, but I don't think it's anytime soon.
Really?
All right. Great predictions, everyone. Since we are PS best friends, we of course reach out to the community, and here are some people's predictions. Tom is saying Infamous 3. Trent saying I want Infamous 1+2 remaster. That'd be really cool. Nathaniel says a brand new Infamous game where you play as Cole again, either a prequel where you are Kessler, quote unquote, or you go off the evil ending from Infamous 2. That'd be really cool as well. A lot of people want to see Infamous in the community. Nate is saying a PS Vita 2 announced, bundled with Vita version of a Persona 5. That's an interesting one. I like that one a lot.
I would lose my fucking mind.
Yeah.
There's no way that's happening, but I would lose my mind.
Jason says Spider-Man this November. So
Wow.
I think people are expecting
I'm
Spider-Man now.
surprised I'm surprised that people expected this year. That game's fucking.
Like I said, I don't think that game even exists.
Hunter
What's
has,
Spider-Man?
A box that exists in that world.
I mean, like 6 because they announced it, but
But you know what I mean? Like, I
Spider-Man
don't
not
think
even
it
close.
was much.
I think Spider-Man's development is so healthy it's not even funny.
Yeah, I have a feeling Spider-Man's closer than we think.
Yeah. Hunter says anything related to Sly Cooper. Didn't really know people cared for that. And then Brett from Triangle Square, another PlayStation podcast. Make sure to check them out on Twitter. Triangle Square is their name. I think for sure the answer is whatever Sucker Punch has been up to. But my hope is a new Resistance title.
oh, that'd be great, dude.
A new Resistance title would be fantastic. But just I've seen the
But
community.
Insomniac's working on Spider-Man.
People want Infamous. I think people want Infamous more than a new Sucker Punch game. So,
They want to play as Cole.
Yeah.
Wait,
we
did
don't
you say
want-
Resistance or Infamous? And I'm just losing my mind.
I said Resistance there, but I'm just going back
Okay,
to
I just wanted to make sure I wasn't losing my mind there.
the first few folk wanted Infamous, and I think people would be okay with an Infamous game not by Sucker Punch. That's my personal thing. I think
Yeah, I
people
think so,
really,
too.
Yeah.
They'd be okay as long as it's Cole. They play as Cole.
And as long as it's a Sony first party game, you know what I mean? As long as it's not an offshoot, I think people would be okay with it.
Cole's a weird character. I mean, not to go into a huge tangent, but like I love the guy, but like he's he's like really bland, you know. But like he did, it's like get a huge following. Yeah, no, I love him, but like
only Infamous game I played was Second Son. I really like Delson. I'd be interested. I mean, yeah, I mean he was kind of like a tropey, shitty character, but I mean, you know, it was likable. I liked the game, I think, most of all. It's probably what connected me to whatever, but I'd be interested to go back and see what those games are like, because I've heard a lot about the, you know, Infamous 1 and 2.
Yeah. So remember, you could get your predictions read on air, or I guess maybe for next year, I don't know. You could get your words said on air if you just want to say something by tweeting at PSBF Podcast. Follow us there on Twitter. Check out all our updates. Email us at psbestfriendspod@gmail.com. Actually, right now, if you're listening to the episode, why not email us what you think's going to happen at the presentation, and then we'll pretty much like compare and see if you're right live on air next week when we read them out. Make sure to join the Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/psbestfriends, where we could have we'll make a post during the presentation. It'll be fun. We'll be talking and everything. Yep, that has been PS Best Friends episode 4, our E3 prediction extravaganza. Thank you to our guest Henry Hallinan. Henry, you want to plug anything or say where people could find you, or are you a mystery man like that?
Yeah, I'm pretty radio silent on social media, but I think you guys had my band playing the song at the end of the last episode, and potentially at the end of this one too. Maybe not. But yeah, you can find us on SoundCloud. Just look for Overgrow. We're in Hartford County, Connecticut. And check us out. If you like us, cool. If you don't, then I fucking hate you.
So what is that? That's just nice. That's just SoundCloud.com/Overgrow.
Unfortunately, you can't just do /Overgrow. You just gotta like search us on the thing, because SoundCloud has a really complicated way of gives you really weird domains. So you just gotta search us and you'll find us there.
Right. We'll send us. Well, we have the link. Anthony has it. Like we'll post a link in the description of this or wherever we're posting this.
Yeah. And thanks for having me on.
Thank you for being on. And so remember, we have been Miguel Alvarez. Miguel, where can they find you?
You can find me at PSN at DarkAngel1010 and Twitter at AngelAlvarez10.
Anthony?
You can get me at PSN at TheOnlyX188. That's 1 spelled out ONE and then 88 in the numbers. And then Twitter, I'm at Anthony Palm, PALM.
And you can find me, Jeffrey Mizrahi, on PSN, Brawl96 on Twitter, at Mr. Brawl96, and YouTube.com/ and Twitch.com/ Mr. Brawl96, where I'm going to be streaming video games as well as playing them. So I'm not only just streaming them, I also use the controller to play them. Catch us next week, where we're going to have, I think it's going to be, episode's going to come out Wednesday. So we're going to record our predictions, our reactions to the event Tuesday. And that's about it. Thank you for listening, and here's the song.
All right. Say where you wanna go. He says anywhere but here.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to PS Best Friends, the only PlayStation podcast by the community, for the community. We come to you each and every week with a new podcast. Huh? Can you cut that out? I fucked up. I was looking at the. I saw someone. I heard someone laugh. So.
Oh, fucking A. All right, well, I'm not gonna make a new recording. I'm just gonna start it again. Okay, Billy Bones again.
Yeah.
I fucking knew it too. I was like, this motherfucker's gonna laugh.
Yeah. I didn't even laugh. I didn't even see
I
it.
promise it's never this bad, Henry.
I guess.
Burrito Supreme.
All right, Billy Bones again. 3, 2, 1.